A new poll conducted by MSNBC.com and Elle magazine shows looks do count when you're at work. Employees say 58% of attractive female bosses are competent at their jobs, while workers say only 23% of unattractive supervisors know what they're doing. The figure is similar for guys, with 61% of good-looking male bosses and only 25% of homely managers being deemed competent. Joining us now is associate editor with Elle magazine, Lily Tan, and it seems kind of comical, like that would actually reflect your ability to do your job, but those were the overwhelming results. Surprising to you?
It wasn't necessarily surprising, but interesting nonetheless. Beauty always sort of confers virtue, and in general, attractive people are perceived to be more competent and smarter. So we just found the same thing in terms of this survey. And unattractive bosses were thought to have gotten their jobs through nepotism and inflated resumes. And attractive bosses were thought to have gotten to where they are because of talent, hard work, social skills, all positive qualities.
Now, the survey also asked about backstabbing, and 1 in 10 employees admit to stepping on coworkers, so to speak, to get ahead. Are men or women, according to your survey, more guilty of backstabbing behavior?
Surprisingly, it's men, so we shouldn't necessarily expect a stiletto in the back, perhaps a loafer instead. But actually 4 in 10 people have actually contemplated taking down another coworker, so it's definitely on the mind.
Yikes. Watch your back is the, I guess, the moral of that story.
Definitely.
Results, though, show women might be keeping themselves out of the corner office. 3 out of 4 women who had a preference said they prefer working for a man rather than a woman.
Yes, that's true. And I mean, most of the people, about 54% of all of our respondents, said that they didn't care whether they had a man or a woman for a boss and really judged on the individual. So it's just those people who did have a preference who really preferred men over women.
And it looks like women bosses feel like they work harder than their male counterparts.
Yes, about 70% of women bosses felt that they had to work harder or be smarter in order to get the same respect as men. And the men didn't feel the same way. Only about 36% of them felt that women did need to do this. And women sort of got slammed for this. In our open-ended responses, commentary from men, actually, they sounded annoyed by it and felt that women were trying too hard or overcompensating.
So what can we all take away from this as we continue our daily life in the workforce?
I think we can really expect great things because the stereotypes are starting to dissolve. When you ask people directly about what they think about women bosses, they rate just as highly as male bosses do. So as people start working more and having more experiences with female bosses, we should see this more of a gender convergence in terms of management style between men and women.
All right. Lily Tan, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.